Have you seen the chaos and destruction in Dover since we left the EU transition period? No, you won't have, because there hasn't been any. And despite Remainers for years telling us that if we went ahead with Brexit, we would see destruction and chaos in Dover, some mainstream media reports that have been down there, almost with a disappointed tone, report on things running smoothly. And how sad is it that for so long we saw so many in this country sort of willing on chaos that they believed would be the result of Brexit, now disproven once again. And where are they? Oh no, they're promising it's still to come, apparently. How sad is that? As Euroguido reports today, FTSE up 3%, pound trading at multi-year highs, and ports flowing as freely as Remainers' tears. Now, of course, Brexiteers, whenever there's a big change, we've freely admitted, whenever there's a big change, there may be some bumps in the road. But the Armageddon that we were promised in Dover at the ports simply has not happened. Again, as Euroguido tweeted earlier today, notice all those media reports about the chaos at Dover? No, me neither. John Redwood, the Conservative MP, also noting this, saying media reports no delays for trucks at Dover. Quite unlike the chaos, of course, last month when we were in the single market. Time for the media to cheer up about the majority democratic decision of a great independent nation. Isn't it a shame that so many almost seemingly wanted there to be problems and are now reluctant to acknowledge the fact that things are running smoothly? And again, whenever there's a big change, of course there will be bumps in the road, but let's get a sense of perspective here. The, again, chaos and destruction that we were promised from Remainers, if we dared to Brexit, has simply been shown to be absolute load of rubbish. Euroguido on the 1st of January, tweeting at the time, this is the scene just in from the border control point at Dover this morning, just to give you an idea. And Deirdre Walsh tweeted, Sky News lamenting the fact that the port of Dover is running smoothly. The story that Guido did on this said that initial reports from Dover and Calais show trucks and zero tariff trade flowing smoothly. Could it be that people involved in multi-billion import trade can manage to arrange to ping an electronic customs form to customs with a bill of goods for what they are exporting? Perhaps they aren't as stupid, he wrote, as Remainers thought. And as Transport Secretary Grant Shapps tweeted yesterday, he said that lorry numbers to Europe via Kent since the 1st of Jan remain low with bank holiday and weekend, but encouraging to see 98% of lorries turning up border ready for customs. As numbers increase, hauliers are reminded to pre-test for COVID-19 and obtain Kent access permit. The Telegraph really, I think, capture what has been going on. Headline, chaos, what chaos? Plain sailing for lorries on the first day of Brexit. And by the way, in the comments below, do let me know if you watched or if you've seen any mainstream media TV reports on this that put across that sort of welcome sentiment. Telegraph gone on to report that predicted chaos at cross-channel ports fails to materialise on first day of post-Brexit cross-border trading. There were no queues stretching back from the docks and no piles of perishable goods rotting on the back of lorries. It may be tempting fate to say that, but when it comes to the first day of post-Brexit cross-border trading, the much predicted chaos, and we heard so much about what could or might or even would happen, failed to materialise. And I just think, again, look, if you're a reasonable Remain voter, this is something you should welcome, is it not? As the Telegraph reported, other than a group of port and local officials and journalists, the day looked like any other at France's busiest road freight port, which has expanded its lorry park to allow trucks to wait for custom checks, hired 700 new custom officers and built new offices to deal with the new arrangements. John-Marc Pussissier, the port's director, and I'm sure I got the pronunciation completely wrong there, quoted as saying, "If I'd been sleeping for 3 days and no one had told me Brexit was today, I wouldn't have noticed." A lot of people think Brexit means bottlenecks at the border. It's not true, he's quoted as saying. And again, the Times, I mean, theirs is a bit more downbeat. "Lorry load of strawberries is the first casualty of Brexit, RIP the strawberries. A period characterised by animosity, division and unprecedented political drama," the Times reported. When Brexit Day finally arrived, however, the only real victim was a consignment of Belgian strawberries. Despite apocalyptic visions of traffic chaos at British ports, HGVs flowed freely to and from Dover and the Channel Tunnel as the new UK-EU trading relationship was put to the test. A solitary truckload of strawberries from a Belgium appeared to be the first and seemingly only casualty of the dreaded red tape that threatened to bring UK trade to its knees, apparently. And interestingly enough, as the Times make the point that for many drivers, that it was actually the new COVID-19 protocols, French demanding a negative test within 72 hours of travelling across the border, posed more of a headache than any customs paperwork. John Keefe, the director of public affairs at Eurotunnel, was on hand to watch the first lorries pass through the tunnel after the switchover, and was quoted in the Times as saying, "It was really strange, very quiet, very tranquil. Everybody was holding their breath as to what was going to happen, and it just went as it was meant to." And again, I'm just going to finish by saying this. Look, whenever there's a big change, there can be bumps in the road. But the fact is, the absolute Armageddon that we were told was inevitable when we left the transition period simply hasn't happened. And look what has happened, of course, when we were still in the transition period. With the French border closure, that ridiculous comments that we saw from some quarters, from some in the EU. That was when we were in the transition period. We've now left the transition period. And I'm sure we can thrive as an independent, self-governing nation. It's about time the people who must be very sad in their day-to-day lives, who have nothing good to say about this country or our future, it's time we simply stopped listening to them. No chaos in Dover. Long may it continue. And of course, guys, if you want to support my work here on the channel, do please give this video a big thumbs up. And of course, if you want to support my work, helping to give a counterbalance of positive news to the often downbeat tone of much of what we see on TV, then please do hit the join button below. See the link in the top pinned comment if you want to become a member, if you want to support me here on the channel, would really appreciate it. And of course, guys, as ever, thanks for watching.